Hi, this is Daniel Hooper from 1% Property, coming to you with a weekly market update for Kedron, Gordon Park and the surrounding suburbs on Friday the 15th of July 2022. So in Queensland this week we had 1,161 sales. That's about almost a 30% drop from the peak of the market about six to 8 months ago, where we were getting 15 to 1,600 sales per week. So it's showing that obviously buyer numbers are down, but also properties actually coming to the market and properties selling is significantly down as well. Probably even a little lower than we were seeing prior to the pandemic, before the big boom. The auction clearance rate of 39% this week, which means 2 out of 5 properties that go to market are actually selling. The majority are not. Now that's pretty standard with what we used to see in Brisbane pre-pandemic, but we haven't seen that in a couple of years. So it certainly shows that the market, the heat in the market has come off. In the inner north this week, we had 18 sales. Again, that is down from, we were regularly getting 30 to 35 sales per week. So it just shows a lot less properties changing hands. A couple of notable sales still. 22 Highland Street in Wavell Heights. It's a 4-bed home. It's on 607. It's a really nice luxury property. Sold for $2.3 million. Obviously, it's on one of Wavell Heights' best streets, so obviously that does help with the price point there, but it's still a very, very healthy price. 44 Aldrin Street in Stafford Heights, that's a 3-bed home on 627. That one sold for $885. So it certainly shows, we're still getting good prices in the area and properties are still moving. It's just taking a little longer for them to sell. In the media this week, so obviously inflation is high still, 5.1%, with the target, I believe, is 2 to 3%. Now, when you compare it globally to other countries, it's actually not that high. America, I think, was 9.1%. Some countries, Turkey, I think, is 70%. So we're certainly not as bad as the Eurozone. We're not as bad as America. We're certainly not obviously as bad as a lot of third world countries, but it's still much higher than the RBA wants, which means rate rises will continue for the immediate future, potentially at 0.5% a month, which obviously is quite a lot, and it will have an effect on homeowners. It will have an effect on properties because people are obviously going to be tighter as far as their budgets go. So far, what it's done with prices, Sydney has dropped in the last month 1.7%, which is actually massive. That's a big price drop. It would equate to, probably almost 20% over the course of a year if it continues. Melbourne has dropped 1.2% over the last month. Brisbane, over the last month, it has seen a drop, but only 0.3%. So we were the best performing market in the boom, and so far, touch wood, we are the best performing market in the drawback, in the correction as well. We're still up 24.7% year on year. So unless you bought the property, a few months ago, really you're still in probably a very good position compared to where you would have been a year ago. What I'm seeing in the market myself is less buyers, definitely less buyers, which obviously means buyers have more choice, which means there's less urgency on purchasing properties, which means homes are taking longer to sell, but we are still selling homes. They're still going. It just takes longer, and it's more of a discussion and more of a... Last year, the process of selling a property was put it on realestate.com and sell it that weekend with probably 6 offers on the table. There was... Buyers were feeling rushed because prices were going up, and also because there was so much competition at properties, which just meant that selling property last year was a very simple process. Now we're going back into what is a standard real estate process, in that there's negotiation, there's questions, there's a lot of back and forths. So it does take a lot longer, and buyers are more picky and they want properties that suit them perfectly. So it takes longer. Rather than 5 days, it might be 5 to 6 weeks, but properties are still selling. And I must emphasize again, that's why it's so important to go with an agent that actually knows what they're doing, because last year anyone could sell properties. Now you really need someone that will be persistent in trying to get the offer over the line for you and not just give up after 2 weeks on the market. At 1%, lots and lots going on at the moment. So 25 Khalida Street in Boondall, that one sold and settled yesterday. That is it was a beautiful home, one of the best homes in Boondall, I would say. We sold it in 5 days. We had 5 offers on the table, and we sold it for $1.235 million, which is a suburb record for Boondall. And again, that is probably the exception. There are still homes that are selling very quickly, but it's not the rule now, it's the exception. Currently for sale, newly listed this week, 7 Whiptail Court in Kashmir. That is a stunning single level family home, 5 beds. It's got a big yard, it's got a pool, 700 square meter block of land. Very, very popular. That one has an open home tomorrow, and I'm fairly confident it might sell this weekend. 125 Kirby Road in Aspley. Entry level pricing for Aspley. It's a 4-bed, 1-bath. It's a renovator, but it's on a good block, and it's actually got quite a good floor plan, so there's a lot of opportunity there as well. Currently for sale, 54 Bertram Street in Stafford. Great entry-level opportunity in Stafford. 22 Bennetts Road in Everton Hills. Fantastic renovator. Really, really good position with a lovely outlook. 39 Emerald Street in Kedron. It's a small property on a small block, but it is an astounding price for that part of Kedron. So it's a very good opportunity. Rental income potentially 4 to 4.5%. 36 Bell Noel Street in Wavell Heights is a massive 300 square meter family home on a 607 square meter block of land. It's in a good street, and again, it's a really good opportunity to get into Wavell Heights. In a massive home in a price that's not up around the $2 million mark. 224 Appleby Road in Stafford Heights. This one is a 809 square meter block of land with a DA on it. So there's potential for live-in, there's potential for splitting it, and there's a whole lot of different options for that particular property. Also coming soon, we've got 26 Tannenblas Street in Kedron. It's a 4-bed, 1-bath home. It's got 3 beds in the main residence, and it's got an external studio, perfect for a home office or extended family. It's got a big pool, it's got a lovely yard, and it has potential to add a second level and increase and put city views as well. So that's a really cool opportunity that we'll be launching next week. 54 Somerset Road in Kedron. It's not just in the Padua precinct, but it's about 150 meters away from Padua on the same street. It is a renovator, but it's already a big home. So cosmetic renovation, which obviously is a lot easier than a structural renovation. That one will be launching in 2 weeks. And also number 1 Milne Street in Chermside, which is quite similar to the Tannenblas home in that it's a 3-bed, 1-bath. It actually has a fully separate 1-bed, 1-bath, 1 living space granny flat. That one will be launching in about 3 to 4 weeks time as well. It will be fully renovated also. If you have any interest in any of these properties, or you would like to have a chat about the market, or potentially have a chat about your own home, please feel free to give me a call on 0424 585 391. Otherwise, I hope you've had a fantastic week so far, and I hope the weekend is even better.